meet Triton, the first the non-starters. Number 1, Hosanna Chuck. Number 10, Bailey Gray. Number 3, Jillian Bulis. Number 6, Lydia Hammond. Number 28, Emily Meadway. Number 21, Miley Richard. And number 26, Raven Irwin. And the starters, number 4, Kennedy Howard. Number 5, Clara Dahl. Number 12, Kate Howe. Number 11, Alicia Gonzalez. Number 21, Miley Richard. And number 19, Allie Westerfer. Triton is coached by Jamie Baker. And now for the Rochester Lady Zebras, first the non-starters. Number 2, Kylie Dorn. And number 4, Kaylee McCarty. And the starters, a freshman, number 7, McKenna McKee. A freshman, number 11, Rylan Strasser. A freshman, number 13, Jaden Field. A sophomore, number 14, Avery Montel. A freshman, number 16, Sophia Kuzkasakis. A freshman, number 21, Gabby Medina. And a freshman, number 26, Jenna Cypher. Rochester JV coached by Rebecca Bollinger. Triton wins the first set, 25-15. Timeout, Rochester. Timeout, Rochester. Triton wins the second set 25-12, wins the JV contest 2-0. Next, as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem. At this time, let's meet the non-starters and starters for Triton. First, the non-starters. Number 4, Kennedy Howard. Number 5, Clara Gall. Number 6, Sierra Holly. Number 10,
Dave Musselman's the public address announcer, and he's having some technical difficulties. I think he's having some battery issues with his microphone, so. Okay, he's going to give it another try.
Number 12, Kate Howell. Number 17, Macy Carson. And number 19, Allie Westerford. And now the starters, a senior number 1, Jenna Eulis. A sophomore number 18, Avery Beers. A junior number 7, Maya Davis. A senior number 8, Macy Hensley. A senior number 9, Addison Beers. A senior number 21, Hannah Snyder. And a senior number 25, Lena Dahl. Triton coached by Derek Evelyn, assisted by Tony Plogo, Abby Mears, and Epler. And now for the Rochester ladies, here's the non-starters. A sophomore, number 8, Ella White. A junior, number 17, Mia Hadashell. A junior, number 23, Roland Lett. And a freshman, number 16, Sophia Kushkasekin. And now the starters, a 5'3" junior, number 3, Riley Clevenger. A 5'4" junior, number 10, Dana Strasser. A 5'7" senior, number 18, Keaton Dorn. A 5'9" junior, number 24, Audrey Bollinger. A 5'6" freshman, number 12, Aubrey Wilson. A 5'3" freshman, wearing 0, Logan Huntcomb. And a 5'6" freshman, number 5, Rylan Hunter. Rochester coach by Linnea Strasser, assisted by Stacey Wilson and Rebecca Mulliner. Today's officials, Shirley Musselman and Pete Poppy.
All right, we're ready to go. Again, the starting lineups are Triton, Boulos, Avery Veers, Davis, Hensley, Addison Veers, Snyder, and Dahl. And for Rochester, they're going with Clevenger, Strasser, Doran, Bollinger, and the three freshmen, Wilson, Honkamp, and Hunter. Honkamp, the libero for Rochester. And Hawley, the libero for Triton. So she is going to take a seat here at the start. Musselman and Poppy are officials today, a veteran crew. We've seen them a lot already this year. We were there. They worked the whole Cass County tournament. Talked with Linnea Strasser after the North Miami for the tournament there. Talked a lot about serve receive. They didn't pass it well. And it was very frustrating because they didn't work on it a lot at practice. Aubrey Wilson to serve to start the match. And tipping it and right on the line is Macy Hensley.
Serving for Triton, Lena Dahl.
Lena Dahl to serve for Triton. We've seen her on the softball field before. She's a pitcher. Wilson Bollinger down the middle. It's wide. 2-0 Triton. Dahl to serve again in the net. And that's how Rochester gets their first point.
Back to serve for Rochester, Logan Honkamp.
Honkamp to serve for Rochester. Logan, lefty, floater. Handled well. Hensley kind of off her back heels. Wilson, Strasser, Hunter. Nice dig by Hawley. And just shoveled over by Addison Veers. Strasser to Bollinger. Takes a roll shot. Another nice dig by Hawley. Addison Veers dug it out there by Honkamp, but they can't control it. 3-1 Triton. Some good digging there. Addison Veers finishes off the play, but that was set up by the digging from the libero, Hawley. Hannah Snyder to serve. Honkamp. Hunter. And shoveled over by Strasser. Not pretty, but they got it over. Left-handed swinging down by Maya Davis. 4-1 Triton. Clevenger to Wilson. Wilson to Bollinger. Another roll shot. Handled by Snyder. Dump try. Wilson reacts. But Rochester can't control it. Nice job there. As Triton goes up 5-1. Clevenger to Wilson. Hunter off the back leg, and it goes long. 6-1 Triton. Snyder to Clevenger. Wilson to Bollinger. Rochester hasn't gotten a lot of attacks from the opposite side. They got one there. Veers blocked. Wilson. Hunter. That was stuffed down by Davis, I think. Or might have been. Hard to tell if that was in the net or just stuffed, but regardless, it's a point for Triton. They lead 7-1. Clevenger passes to Wilson. Tries the dump. Triton covers. And in the net, Davis trying to swipe it with her left hand. LaHake back in the Rochester lineup. Again, Rochester's giving away a good bit of height to this Triton team. And Hake will, I guess, help make up for that a little bit. Veers with a big gun. Addison, 8-2. Hensley to serve for Triton. Bollinger, but it's tight. Played off the net by Wilson. Honkamp. And down. Nope. Point Triton. That's 4 hits. Yep. Thought so. I was like, what? Hake. Bollinger in the net.
Timeout, Rochester.
Timeout, Rochester. Scoreboard says 9-3. I have 10-2. I think they're going to check that out. And Coach Strasser's talked a lot about being in a defensive posture. They just have not been in kind of a rhythm, and they just haven't. It seems like they've been playing on their heels the entire first 12 points of this match. The score is 10-2. Rochester has 1 timeout left. First of 2 matches this week for the Lady Z's. They host Culver Academy on Thursday. Not many breaks in the schedule. Culver Academy is another very good team. They won 3 straight sectionals, and they're a 3A team. Hensley to serve for Triton. Bollinger controls it. Wilson. And it is going to be a whistle, and it'll be a double hit on Wilson. 11-2. Bollinger. Wilson. Honkamp. A little bit tight on the dig. Almost a line violation. And then Veers hits it in the net. So a little sloppy play there from Triton. Strasser to serve. Handled by Triton, but that was Lena Dahl, who passed it, but it eventually goes in the net. Point Rochester. 11-4, Strasser. Good serve, Veers. Roll shot. Can't dig it. So worried about Addison Veers' power, but she's got more to her game than just power. That was a really well-placed roll shot. Nice serve, Honkamp over on 1 and down. Logan Honkamp with the kill. The old dig kill. Braylon Hunter to serve. Good serve. Addison Veers just a free ball. What a shot that was. It was a great dig by Strasser, and Rochester winds up hitting it out. Wow. Back row flat-footed kill. Davis with the ace. 14-5, Triton. Davis, handled by Strasser. Wilson to Hake. Blocked. That was Avery Veers with a nice block. Snyder, Avery Veers, and down. 15-5. Davis to serve again. 3 straight points for Triton, and that one is in the net. Triton, part of that very tough Hoosier North Conference. Some really solid clubs there. Caston, Pioneer, Culver, North Judson, all going to be not going to be many easy wins. Good block by Bollinger. Dump try Davis, but then Wilson over on one. And then another tip try. Lena Dahl blocked and handled by Honkamp. Doran. It's wide. Point Triton, and it's 16-6. Doran tried to go line. A little too wide. Avery Veers serving at 16-6. And in the net.
Aubrey Wilson back to serve for the Zebras.
Aubrey Wilson to serve. Handled by Boulis. Nope, can't handle it. Wilson, the volleyball. 8-16 now. Well, that's tight. And they can't handle it. Another Wilson, the volleyball. No, never mind. Point for Triton. Rochester was in the net. So instead of 16-9, it's 17-8. That's frustrating. That was a point Rochester basically had in the bag. Strasser, Hawley. Taking a big swing at it was Hensley, but it goes in the net. 17-9.
Logan Honkamp serving for Rochester.
Logan Honkamp to serve. And that is a point by Snyder. It looked like Clevenger was right there, and then Bollinger got a hand on it and got interfered with her own teammate.
Hannah Snyder serving for the Lady Trojans.
Honkamp. Wilson's got to run far to get it, but she gets it. Bollinger gets it over. Addison Beers dug out of there by Clevenger. Wilson to Strasser. And down, right on the line. 18-10. Dara just painted the line there. She puts a little bit of spin on it as well. Audrey Bollinger to serve. Doug. Snyder, Addison Veers, whistle. Double hit called on Triton. 18-11 now. Snyder called for the double. Veers. Addison Veers.
Mason Hensley serving for Triton.
Again, Hannah Snyder has just set up camp in front of the net, and that's basically because Triton's passing the ball so well. And that's going to be an ace. Kind of a modified ding-dong there. Looked like Honkamp was there, but then Wilson kind of came into her eyesight. And point Triton to make it 20-11. Bollinger, and that is out. I think that hit the antenna.
Timeout Rochester.
It's a 21-11. Timeout Rochester. Ladies, he's now out of timeouts. We have a pretty big football game this week. Tiffany Valley's playing Rochester in the Bell game on Friday. Yep, it's 4 days away. Both teams are undefeated. I guess it's not quite as big of a deal if they're both undefeated in week 2 than if they're in week 5 or week 7. But And, of course, it's not a big a deal since they're not in the conference anymore, but it's still a big, big deal. Rochester lost only 2 games last year. One of them was to Valley, so looking forward to that one. Valley beat Wawasee 23-12 on Friday, and Rochester beat Wabash 56-7. I'll have it for you in WROI. Randy Wynn and me. Hensley to Bollinger. They went back at Bollinger after the bad pass the last time. They get it over. Davis off the block and down. 22-11 Triton. Bollinger with a pass. Wilson. Honkamp's got to put it over. Not how they drew it up. Davis down the middle. Well, Snyder just has so many weapons out there. If it's not Addison Veers, it's Hensley. And if it's not Hensley, it's Davis. Bollinger to Wilson. Strasser. Put deep. Davis. And shoveled over by Avery Veers. Wilson to Hunter. Oh, great dig, but they're going to... There'll be a point for Rochester. In the net was Addison Veers, 23-12. Tara Strasser to serve. Offense down the middle. And that's Addison Veers with the big gun, 24-12. And an ace. A little bit of a miscommunication, but Addison ends it with an ace. And Triton beats Rochester 25-12 in game 1. All right, we're back at the RHS gym. Second set about to start. Triton won the first, 25-12. Val and Caleb here. We hope Steve will be joining us a little bit later. But curious to know what Coach Strasser told her team. Been some communication issues, I think. Got to communicate better. And there is Honkamp putting a tight pass towards the net, and I think Addison Veers got a hand on it, and she got the stuff. And Triton off to a good start here in the second set. Lena Dahl. And that is stuffed back by Snyder. Lena Dahl. Oh, excellent serve. Found the soft middle. 3-0 Triton. Honkamp, Wilson, Bollinger goes long. Dahl handled by Strasser. Doran a little bit out of system. Tip try Bollinger. They get it across the court and a whistle. It's going to be a point for Triton. Let's see if that was what the call was there, but it was a net violation, I believe. So Clevenger, Wilson, Audrey Bollinger, and down. Hensley and Snyder were both there but couldn't quite control it. So 5-1 now.
Aubrey Wilson serving for Lady Zebras.
Aubrey Wilson to serve. It's tight. Over on one by Doran. Well, nice job by Strasser to keep it up. And eventually shoveled over by Bollinger. Snyder. And whipped wide by Addison Veers. 5-2. Aubrey Wilson. Have a nice float, and then Aubrey's got to go on one, and then Triton goes on one on the overpass, and Hensley puts it away. 6-2. I guess you'd call it not an overpass, but an overdig. Honkamp. And that is hit wide. Nope. Point. What is it? Officials are disagreeing with each other. No, it was off Rochester. Davis tipped it, and it went off a Rochester player's fingertips and then went out of bounds. So 7-2 Triton. Honkamp to Wilson. Bollinger. Hawley with another really good dig. Oh, my goodness. What a shot by Addison Veers all the way on the other side of the court. And she tucked it inside the sideline. I mean, that was something else. Honkamp. Strasser will just tip it deep. Hawley will try some offense out of the middle. And it's tipped down by Macy Hensley, 9-2. Yeah, I don't know if it was necessarily the attack that was really special, but it was a good set by Rochester. Didn't know how to defend it. Strasser. Nice dig by Veers. They'll run the give and go. Veers, Clevenger, Wilson. Doran attacks long. It's 10-2. Honkamp. Wilson's got a long way to go. And they get a ding-dong after all that. 11-2. Honkamp. Wilson. Bollinger's got to reach behind her head, and she's able to get it over. Back set, Davis. Whistle. That's going to be a double. Yep. Got to be careful on those back sets. 3 serving 11. Honkamp puts one into the net. Hensley. Honkamp, it's tight. Great job by Bollinger to defend a Veers attack on an overpass, and then it's going to be point Triton. Rochester with a net violation. Honkamp. Wilson somehow got that over. Got a challenge to the net by Veers, and then Veers tries to attack and puts it in the net. 13-4 is the score. Bollinger to serve. Audrey. Oh, that's an oddball. That one had a lot of mustard on it and a lot of spin to boot. And Coach Strasser would like about 10 more of those, and that's a clean ace. Another odd ball. (13-6) now. That one's Titan over on one. Wilson reacts. Hankam. Braylon Hunter. Addison Beers off the block. Bollinger. Wilson with a dump. Dahl. Snyder. Avery Beers. Hankam keeps it up. Bollinger. It'll have to be shoveled over by Hake. Sends it way deep to Hawley. Addison Beers. And down. Wait, nope. Nope, point anyway for Triton. It's now 14-6. That was a net violation called on Rochester. And an ace off the tape by Addison Beers. When you're hot, you're hot. In the net by Addison Veers, 15-7. Sub coming in for Triton. Kate Howell is number 12. We haven't seen many subs from Coach Evelyn in his lineup. Good serve by Strasser, kind of a floater. Davis had to go back. Attack try in the net. And then a Triton player touches, so that's 4 hits. Point Rochester, 15-8. Bollinger. Wilson blocked. Strasser covers. Hake. Goes long. Again, Ella Hake's only a sophomore, and I think in time she's going to, that's a shot she's going to put down sooner rather than later. Maya Davis to serve at 16-8. Trying already up a set. Hankam. Wilson to Hunter. And down. Freshman to freshman to freshman. Freshman Hankam with the pass. Freshman Wilson with the set. Freshman Hunter with the kill. Now a good serve, and this is just going to have to be just shoveled over. Let's see if Rochester can make work out of the free ball. Hunter, nice dig. That was Allie Westifer who's now in. That was a nice dig by her. Strasser, Bollinger, taking a swing is Doran. Kind of a roll shot, a tight dig, and that is going to be in the net. Point Rochester. 16-10 now. Again, if a player gets called for a line violation, it's usually not necessarily her fault. That's the person who sent it to her in that direction. Nice dig by Bollinger. Wilson. Back set, and Wilson and Braylon Hunter puts it in the net. Hawley. Hankam. Wilson. Lena Dahl. Bollinger to Wilson. Another back row hit. This time Hankam takes a swing. Great dig, Strasser. Great dig, Hankam. Free balled over by Doran. And long goes Dahl. Was it touched? No. Point Rochester, 17-11. Riley Clevenger to serve at 11-17. Set 2. Triton won the first set, 25-12. Riley, side spinner. handled by Hawley. Westofer. Nice block by Bollinger. Hensley kind of mistimed her jump. Wilson. Oh, what a shot by Aubrey. 17-12. I guess you'd call that a free ball, but it's not your typical free ball. It was really well placed. Hawley, Westofer, but that's tight. That was not a double hit. Nope. Honkamp, Wilson. And Lena Dahl with the stuff block on Bollinger, 18-12. Rochester starting to move their feet a little bit better here in the second set, but still down 18-12. It was 13-3 at one point. It's been 9-5 since then, but still a lot of work to do. Lena Dahl's serve, passed by Strasser to Wilson. Is that in? Yes. By Bollinger. 18-13. Both teams still have 2 timeouts left. Wilson serving at 13-18. Dahl to Snyder. Doran to Wilson. Strasser. Dug out of there by Hawley. Addison veers. Wilson. Strasser will just send it deep to Hawley. Snyder to Addison veers. Off the block and down. No. What's the call? Point for Triton. That was on Strasser in the net. Snyder. Honkamp. Bollinger. And down that touched Hawley's hand, so that's point for Rochester. 19-14.
Logan Honkamp serving for Rochester.
Logan Honkamp to serve at 14-19. Logan, lefty float. That's tight. And Audrey Bollinger just puts down the overpass. 19-15. But it was set up by a really good serve by Honkamp. And that is Addison Veers with the kill, 20-15. Well, if the other team has momentum, one way you try to take it away is to get it to your big gun, and Addison Veers out of the middle is just tough to stop because she's got such a great, she's tall, she's got a great vertical, and she hit it just about anywhere in the court. Hensley, Honkamp, Wilson, Dara Strasser, Davis, Addison Veers, and it's a roll shot. Honkamp to Wilson, Bollinger with the tip, and down. Nope. Point, Triton. Double hit called on Rochester. 21-15. Both teams still with both of their timeouts left. Honkamp, Wilson. Honkamp will again have to send it over. Nice dig. That was Hensley, but then hitting it way out was Davis. 21-16. Well, Rochester's got one of their better servers behind the line, Bollinger. Hawley handles it, but it's tight. And they're not going to be able to handle it. That was Hunter, I believe, who got on the overpass. 21-17. Rochester service pressure a lot more effective here. Linnea Strasser using the clipboard. Davis. Right on the line. when you've got a lefty middle like that, boy, that's tough to stop because she hits the ball hard and she can go to the right sideline without too much effort. It's a much more difficult shot for a right-handed player. Free ball over by Bollinger. Hawley, Snyder, Lena Dahl. Whoop. Is that going to be a double? Yes. Ooh. Take a deep breath if you're Rochester there. That had bad intentions on it. But Snyder with a double hit. Dara Strasser. Davis, not a great pass. They'll run the give and go. Just on the line. Maya Davis. Makes it 23-18. Davis again. Strasser to Bollinger. Wilson. They get it to Dahl. Dug out of there by Honkamp, but wide. And now it's set point. And a whistle. And a timeout taken by Rochester, their first. So Rochester trailed 13-3, got it down to 19-15. They got it down to 21-17. They got it down to 22-18, but Triton has scored the last two. Now facing a whole bunch of set points against. Tippecanoe Valley had a great weekend. Won the John Glenn invite, went 4-0. Valley back in action tomorrow night when they take on Winnemac. Caston finished in 5th place at the Tomahawk invite. They're at Peru right now as we speak, and they host Pioneer on Thursday. Hunter, Snyder, good set. Dug out of there by Bollinger. Hunter out of system. Wilson has to hit it. It's a good hit, though. And then Hunter, great dig by Hawley. Has to be free balled over. Honkamp in position. Hunter. Tip over on one by Wilson, and a real athletic play by Aubrey. And that's it. Two-handed deep tip by Addison Beers. And tough for Audrey Bollinger to handle. Triton beats Rochester 25-18 in set 2. Triton now leads the match 2-0. Volleyball match between Triton and Rochester. About to start the third set. Triton leads 25-12, 25-18. So a great start for the Lady Trojans. Rochester made some inroads a bit in set 2. Trailed 13-3, got it down to cut the deficit to 4 on 3 different occasions, but Triton scored the last 3 points to close it out. And Rochester serving to start the third set, and the first point goes to Rochester as Macy Hensley hits long. And these teams played a 5-setter in Bourbon last year, and Triton won 15-11 in the 5th. Doran digs it and it goes over on one. Dahl, lefty Clevenger. Doran reacts. Strasser gets it over. And a whistle. Point Rochester. Double hit. That was a heck of a play by the Lady Z's. That was Clevenger and Doran. So a good start. Aubrey. Wilson puts it into the net. Lena Dahl to serve. A floater. Clevenger just does get there. That was falling quickly. Blocked by Hensley. Strasser, they'll have to get it over out of system. But that's what Wilson does. Snyder to Addison Veers. She puts it down. 2-all here in the third set. Dahl. Clevenger to Wilson. Bollinger on the line.
Bollinger with a kill, point sequence. Logan Honkoff back serving for Rochester.
3-2. Logan Honkamp to serve that lefty float. Let's see what it does. Not a great pass. Hensley puts it into the net. 4-2 Rochester. And then that serve is into the net by Honkamp.
Hannah Snyder back to serve for Triton. Re-entering the game by Davis.
Snyder to serve for Triton. Handled by Honkamp. Wilson. Bollinger. It's wide. And we are at 4-all. And an ace. 5-4 Triton. Rochester having to negotiate a taller front line all night. Wilson to Hunter. Blocked by Davis. Did they get over? They do. They played it off the net. Bollinger did. Wilson. Bollinger. Tipped over and down by Braylon Hunter. Well, Hunter gets the kill, but that was a team effort. Audrey Bollinger was everywhere in that play. 5-all. Handcuffs Addison Veers. Oh, a lefty dig by Audrey, and it goes over on one, but then Addison Veers finishes the play off. 6-5 Triton. Yeah, that was an amazing play by Audrey. She just stuck her left arm out, and it just floated over the net. Hensley. Bollinger. Tight. Too tight. Point for Triton. Avery Veers puts away the overpass. Great serve, great dig by Strasser, and Wilson gets it over on 3. Dug out of the back row by Hensley. Addison Veers off the block and down. 8-5 Triton. I haven't seen a ton of Triton volleyball over the years, but Addison Veers is setting the ball a lot less and hitting the ball a lot more. It's a good sign for Triton. It means you want Addison Veers hitting the ball as much as possible. Addison Veers again off the block as Hake couldn't quite get there in time, and it's 9-5. Timeout Rochester, their first. All right, we're back. Steve Stricker's here. Steve's going to join us momentarily. We are in set 3. Triton leads 25-12, 25-18, and they're up 9-5 here in set 3. They've won the last 4 points. Hensley, Strasser in the net.
Hey, Val, how you doing?
Hey, Steve.
Busy night, commissioners meeting, so I was over there filming that for them, so back here.
Well, what you missed so far, Steve, is Triton is tall and Rochester isn't.
I think we kind of knew that, right?
So
Coming
that is
into
going to
it.
be a line violation on Maya Davis. She was hoping that nobody would see, but everybody saw.
Serving for Rochester, Darius Rosser.
And there have been just some little miscommunication things with Rochester that they've, again, they're just young. As Hunter.
Yeah, I had it on my phone. I was watching it, kind of during the meeting there, and saw a couple things that, it looked like there was a few ding-dongs that fell down that, a little miscommunication stuff. But they'll get that worked out.
Yeah. Also, Addison Veers is really good at volleyball.
I think that was another thing we knew, didn't we?
I mean, she can do just about everything on a volleyball court. The fact that she's not setting as much, she can set if you needed her to do that, but that's a clean ace by Addison Veers, and it's now 13-6. Mia Hadashell will come in for Bollinger. It's Mia's first appearance tonight. But, I mean, the fact that she's not setting so much is good because now that means they've got confidence in Hannah Snyder as a setter. And Davis can do it. There's a kill by Davis, and it's 14-6. And if Addison Veers can just kind of focus on hitting, boy, she's just a monster because, I mean, she just has every shot.
Mm-hmm.
And then Davis, a lefty middle who can hit the ball just about anywhere. Boy, there just are very few of those types of players. Honkamp, Wilson, Hake in the net. 15-6 Triton.
Let's thank Caleb for holding down the fort while I was over at the commissioners meeting. So
Strasser, Honkamp. This is going to, you have to be free balled over. Back set, double hit. This officiating crew has been pretty consistent on the double hits.
Braylon Hunter back to serve for Lady Zebras.
7-15, Braylon Hunter to serve.
yeah, we got pretty
Played
lucky.
Off the net by Avery Veers, Hawley, Dahl, Hadashell, Wilson from the back row. Strasser, Dahl, off the block, but they can't quite handle it. Hake and Wilson had a good effort, but it's 16-7.
Got pretty lucky there. Our first weekend of football, the weather was beautiful, but boy, sounds like the bell game might be what we kind of see in the early season stuff. It's looking to be pretty.
But the best news is that it's going to be a cooler Friday than Thursday.
Right.
Thursday's the real bad day.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, it's going to be pretty brutal, it sounds like.
Ace for Davis. Hake got the worst of that one. 17-7. Afloat. Doran. Wilson's got a long way to go. That skids over the net by Hake. Wilson and Hake work to keep it in play. Free balled over. Kind of a misplay by Davis. Shoveled over by Snyder. Let's see if Rochester can make the most of it. And that's a ding-dong. 18-7.
Back in for Triton is Bailey Gray.
A lot of the ding-dong plays have been when Aubrey tries to set it back. It looks like Rochester's conscientious about hitting from the back row, but when they do that, that's when kind of the ding-dongs have happened. Logan Honkamp is you can see the promise, but boy, she's had to hit the ball over the net way too many times for a libero. Like the number of times the libero should be hitting all the ball over the net is about 0.
Mm-hmm.
Good play by Hake. The overdig, 18-8. Here comes Riley Clevenger to serve. Bollinger's back in. Howdeshell and Hake will both get a breather. Jenna Boulis with a nice pass, and Rochester mishandles the ball. Point Triton, 19-8.
I think it's all about that first pass. Right now, they're kind of struggling to make that a solid pass. When you start getting your setter trying to run all over the floor, it just becomes really difficult to get a good set if it's set at all.
Tough angle, but Bollinger gets it over. Dahl, Snyder, and down the middle to Hensley. Nope. Net violation of Bollinger, so Triton gets the point anyway, 20-8. It doesn't get any easier. Culver Academy will be here on Thursday, another good team. Off the net and down, an ace for Hawley. Well, the other kind of good news, we haven't seen Lily Lett tonight, but she did warm up with the team. Wearing a sleeve on her right knee. As there is a miss by Lena Dahl, 21-9. Again, they need Lily Lett's leadership.
Well, her leadership and her athletic ability.
Yeah.
I mean, those are two things that, they're sorely in need of right now.
Hensley. Honkamp. Nope.
Not only is she one of the most experienced players, but she's one of the most talented athletes on the floor for the Zebras as well.
Timeout Rochester. They trail it.
So what all did you do on Saturday, Valor? Wasn't a whole lot going on. It was just kind of a quiet Saturday afternoon, right?
It was a blur. I started my day at Logansport for the Jacob Graff invite. And saw Chesney Miller break the Valley School record again, and she's under 20 minutes now, 19:52. Chesney is just gets faster and faster with age. She was just great. I think she finished second overall.
Wow!
And that was a real tough meet, a good competitive meet, a lot of good teams there.
Mm-hmm.
On the Rochester side, on the Rochester boys side, both Wesley Steininger and Grant Bailey finished in the top 20, got ribbons, 18-13 for Wes, 18-15 for Grant, so they were kind of right near each other the whole day. And I drove to Argus for their boys' soccer game against Oak Hill. They lost 1-0, but Coach Todd Vanderweel said it was the best game they played in 2 years. And he might be right. It might have been the best game they played since that loss to Fort Wayne Canterbury in the sectional 2 years ago, that unbelievable game.
Yeah, that too.
They really played with a lot of energy against a good Oak Hill team. And then I drove from there. Well, there was some stuff that happened after that, but drove from there to North Miami and watched some volleyball.
Yeah, down to the Tomahawk.
At the Tomahawk, saw some Caston, saw a couple Caston matches, saw a little bit of Rochester play. Caston was finishing in 5th place out of 12, and Rochester finished in 10th. I think it was Northfield that won that tournament. Northfield's a good-looking team.
Yeah.
Honkamp, Wilson. Bollinger hits long, 23-9.
That's all the TRC needs is Northfield to get good again in volleyball. Seems like those Wabash County teams this year are going to be vying for the top of that conference.
Right, Manchester's getting a little bit better.
Wabash and, of course, Southwood is always up there.
Right. Wabash beat Caston in 3, 15-13 in the third set.
Wow.
And that's why Wabash was playing in the championship round and not Ladies East. That was Strasser, 23-10.
Well, that's saying something if you can beat Caston in three
sets.
sets.
Right now, Caston did not have Addison Zimpelman the other day. She was at Indiana State for a softball workout. Nice block by Bollinger. Hensley just hits it flat-footed, and there is going to be a net violation on Audrey. There, the net kind of was shaking. 24-10.
Hannah Snyder and Maya Davis back in for Triton. Snyder to serve.
We're at match point. Hannah Snyder. Hunter with the pass. Work a give and go. Hunter in the middle. Dahl. Snyder's got a ways to go. Veers with the swing. Hunter with the dig. Wilson. Bollinger. And Hunter hits it flat-footed and into the net, and that's the match. Triton wins the third set over Rochester, 25-10. Triton wins the match, 3-0. 25-12, 25-18, 25-10.